What's up my people, my name is Spicy and today you would experience 4 I Don't Work Here Lady stories. Comment a fire if you're having fun and like this video. And let me know if you subscribe in a comment so I can show you some love. Congratulations Chicey for the comment of the day. No, I did not sell you a broken car. One beautiful day in the beginning of 2011, while sitting at home, minding my own business, I got a call on my mobile phone. I did not recognize the number, but answered it for the introduction. My caller number 1 will be MC1 and me will be me. Yes, hello? MC1 with an angry voice. Hello there, you may remember me as you sold me the BMW with this expensive model a week ago. You sold it to me as accident free, but I just got it back from a mechanic and they told me this was a full crash car, which was restored with cheap parts. Can you explain this? At this point, I was relieved that it was just a wrong number call. Sorry man, but I think you got the wrong number. I didn't sell you any car. There is your number on the contract, so I'm pretty sure I called the right number. But I still did not sell you a car. Isn't this company from this town? No, I don't know this company, and I don't live in that town either, so I'm not even close to the company town. Oh, okay. Sorry. Must have been my mistake then. We hang up and I did not think much of it. Forward 1 week later, another call on my mobile from a number I don't know. Welcome mad caller number 2. Yes, hello? Listen here you little crap, you're going to take back that shitty Mercedes you sold me and give me my money back. I will drive it your damn butt. At this point, I began to see a pattern. Hello, there must be a mistake. I didn't sell you any car. Can you please tell me what the problem is? Screw you! You're not getting anything that easy. I will call the cops on you and… I'm pretty annoyed at this point. Yeah, please do. And hung up on him. MC2 calls back. I will get you to court. Just wait, you bastard! And he hangs up. Now, I got a bit worried as this was the second call of this sort in a short time. But I didn't know what was up so far, and the last guy was not very cooperative to communicate with me over this. Another 2 or 3 weeks go by, and I almost forget about this. Now for the next call, mad caller number 3, MC3. This one was very nice and helpful though. Yes, hello? Hi, this is my name and I have a question here. I bought a Mercedes LCK from you a month ago. But now I had a problem with something and went to the mechanic. They checked something and saw by coincidence that the engine is much older than the car and also broken. Can you not possibly match the mileage that is on the clock that you sold me the car with? Why is that? I'm sorry sir, but you got the wrong guy here. I didn't sell you any car, but in fact, you're not the first person to call me with such an issue. May I ask you where you bought the car exactly? But your number is on the contract. Isn't that a company? From this town, right? Yes, so the number is correct. No, I just heard that company's name before. We got to talk for a bit and I recommended him to get a lawyer as he may be the victim of fraud. I asked him if he could get back to me if he has any more information on this. A few days later, he called me back and as it turned out, there was indeed a big scam going on. This is how it worked. The company advertises used expensive premium cars in newspapers. For a little over half the price this car will be worth on the market. For this advert, they use a one-time use mobile phone number, so potential customers can contact them. To look legit, they have a full company name, with full company stamp by the way, see more later. And they also put in a real business park address. Under this street and house number is indeed a big space with 5-6 different real car reselling companies on it. So even if you want to check that company out, it will look pretty legit. And if you ask them if you can come by to inspect the cars, they will tell you that the car will be out for test drives by other interested customers that day. But one customer will end his test drive at this public bar or cafe, so you can come by there to check the car out. They will also bring the contract with them if you will be interested in buying. This way, they never have to take you back to their fake, non-existent company location. With the very attractive price of the car and so many interested customers, they usually sell the car on the spot in the cafe or bar. It drives, looks nice, it's from a company, so you have some sort of warranty if anything will not be okay after the purchase, like some hidden defaults. But you actually can do nothing as this company does not exist. So if you ever want to buy a used car yourself from a company and they want to meet at a bar or cafe instead of their company location, that should be a red flag for you. Only later it turns out that the cars were either rebuilt accident cars or the mileage was cheated, or anything else was faulty that was not told to the buyer on the sale and explicitly denied in the contract. The third caller was nice enough to send me a copy of his contract through his lawyer, as I wanted to see where I came into this. His lawyer faxed it to me, and there it was in all its beauty. A real company contract for a used car sale with the company stamp on it. It contained a fake company name, a fake phone and fax number that did not exist at all, a fake VAT number, and here it comes, a fake mobile number, which existed, and guess whose number they used? I still have this contract copy, with some notes for myself to remember some details. I called my local police officer after, to get things straight before I have to get a lawyer myself, but they said they can do nothing about it, until it gets under investigation when someone's filed a criminal charge, and I will then probably have to answer questions. Until then, they recommended me to get a new phone number to avoid any more problems. I denied that, as I am using the same number for over 20 years now. I got some more calls the next month after. Some people were very nice, and I told them to go get a lawyer, as it is already known scam now. Some others, well, they're not so nice, like the second caller, which I had some fun messing with. You become dull after some of these phone calls. About a year later, I got the last call regarding this and never heard anything again regarding this. So I guess it is over now? Also, one of the later callers told me after some calls that this issue with that company was already investigated by the prosecuting attorney's office, but they don't expect to get anything out of it. I hate scammers. They are among the lowest and slimiest of humankind. You though are a hero for advising those who will listen to take legal action. You could have easily said wrong number and hung up, but honestly, I don't understand how people fall for these kind of scams. I know there were many red flags, but an unusually low price on a car should always make you suspicious. Do people really think that just miracle happens when people sell their houses or cars? Oh no, at the Froyo. I never thought I'd see it in real life, but yesterday, the fates brought that excitement into my otherwise meaningless existence. It was a bleak, rainy day, and our classes had just let out. Not one to be defeated by the weather, my friend began her crusade for happiness. Her quest was to seek the one thing that could sate her voracious appetite for a good time: frozen yogurt. So off we went. By the time we arrived at the Froyo shop, her need for the creamy confection had already driven her into a wild and excitable state. She needed it soon, but not so soon that she was not going to sample every flavor first. The machines were self-serve, and the sample cups should have been right there. But no matter how hard she looked, there were none to be found. She probably circled the store 3 or 4 times before giving up to ask an employee. She approached a woman wearing a black tucked-in shirt and a smock. "Excuse me, ma'am, do you know where the sample cups are?" she asked with an innocent intensity. "Sorry," began the woman. As she turned to face us, the logo on her shirt came into view. Time froze. It could not be happening. Not here! I waited anxiously for the situation to unfold completely. She continued, "But I don't work here." My friend's eyes drifted to the Texas Roadhouse logo on the woman's uniform. "Also, it looks like the sample cups are over there." She pointed to a corner of the store. My friend managed a "thank you" before shuffling off toward the cups. Embarrassed and defeated, I ended up staying to talk to the woman. We laughed about the situation, and she was very nice. She asked about her majors and other things before heading back to her own job. "Where is the frozen stuff?" This probably is not that exciting of a story, but I've been binge reading this subreddit and I wanted to share my experience. This happened about a year ago. I and a coworker went to get lunch in a shop down the road from the Pennies. Primark for those of you that are not from Ireland. We worked at. The uniforms in this shop were bright red with a name tag pinned to it. The uniform I was wearing was bright blue with a Pennies logo on it and a lanyard, so the uniforms could not look more different. I have never been to this shop before and was at the front of the store looking at the drinks when a middle-aged woman appeared beside me. I am going to call her Karen because I don't know her real name and Karen just fits. Where's the frozen stuff in here? Is that at the back? I don't know. What? I don't know. What do you mean you don't know? What I mean is, I don't know where the frozen stuff is. I was getting frustrated at this point. I had been working for hours and was tired and hangry and just wanted this woman to go away, but I tried to be nice. How the hell could you not know where it is? Well, for starters, I have never been here before. She gets a confused look on her face and looks me up and down, and then gets a look of surprise. Oh, you don't work here, do you? No. I smiled, realizing it was just a misunderstanding and expecting us both to just laugh it off. But then she scolds at me and puts on a tone. Why didn't you just tell me you didn't work here? I would have left you alone sooner. Translation: why didn't you tell me you did not work here instead of wasting both our time? Her sudden attitude took me by surprise, and before I could say anything, she stormed off. In case anyone is wondering, I did not tell her I did not work there sooner. It was because I did not realize she thought I was an employee until right before she said it. Admittedly, I probably should have picked it up sooner, but as I said at the time, I was tired, hungry, and distracted. Just a quick reminder before we get to the next story, I want to thank you for watching my videos, and if you want to get more of them, please consider subscribing to the channel. That will be a great service to me. This is my way of growing the channel, more people watching my videos. And the way you can do that is leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe. But just one is fine, or two, or you can do all of them. That's your choice. But anyway, thank you, or just keep watching. I'll love you anyway. Southern Encounter. In the southern USA, there's a store chain called Publix. They are a very nice grocery store with a whole green team going on. Employees wear dark green polos with name tags, and some wear aprons, but not all. They pride themselves on their customer service. One day, I needed something from Publix. On that fateful day, I happened to be wearing a dark green polo. It was subtly branded with the name of the university I used to work at. While I was browsing the nice deals and cap, a random lady appeared and she asked me where something was. Well, I knew what to do. I started drawing breath, turned towards her, had the title of this Reddit on my lips when, "Oh, sorry, you don't work here. I saw the shirt and thought you worked here." And then she scuttled off with her body language, saying how vaguely embarrassed she was by accosting a fellow shopper. Well, folks, I was left standing there, finger raised, mouth open, and looking like a fish that had just been tased. I was totally thwarted by saying the famous phrase. I scuttled off and finished my shopping, with all my jimmy still rustling. Nobody was hurt, no property was broken, and no one was arrested. It was just a mildly amusing encounter on a random day. Hey, check out more I Don't Work Here Lady stories here, and look at all the nice videos I made for people just like you that enjoys Reddit stories. To support what I do here, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and leave a comment such as a fire. My name is Spicy, and I'm out.